Well, Hadley, do you know, we've been learning that Jesus was interested in all sorts of people. I know, and he liked to help them too, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He made them better. He made them see. He made them walk again. He did all sorts of things. Oh, it was great. Yeah, and you know, today's story is about 10 people that Jesus helped. 10 people, that's amazing. It is. And you know, he was walking to Jerusalem one day, and in fact, there's Jerusalem up there, you can see it. I know we're not actually there, we're not really there now. But anyway, he was walking to Jerusalem and he passed through a little village. Right, okay. And then all of a sudden, 10 men came out to speak to him. 10, that's a lot. It was a lot, yeah. And they all had a very serious problem. What, they all had the same problem? They did actually, Hadley, yeah. You see, all of them were very ill. Oh no, that they could still walk. Well, they could at the moment, but they had a really horrible disease called leprosy. Lepro what? Leprosy. In fact, you know, that's still a disease that's around today, and it's a really horrible disease because it affects your nerves, so you can't feel anything. Oh, that sounds terrible. Yeah, so when you can't feel anything, you hurt yourself and you don't even know. So eventually, parts of your body get damaged. Oh, it's really horrible. Oh, that sounds terrible. It is. But the worst thing about it, Hadley, yeah, was that people were scared of catching leprosy. And you can't just catch it by being close to people. But they thought you could. All right. So did they treat them really well then, and make them live somewhere really special? No, Hadley, just the opposite. They made them live all by themselves in a tiny village. I do wonder if this village Jesus was walking through was one of those villages, actually. And even they made them live on islands all by themselves sometimes. Oh, so nobody could have anything to do with them. That's exactly right, Hadley. Oh, it was terrible. So these 10 men with leprosy saw Jesus, and they all came over to him. And you see, the problem was, Hadley, that they weren't allowed to join in with the rest of society. They were called unclean. Well, couldn't they just go and have a wash? Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But you see, the priest in the temple had to check them over to see if they still had leprosy. And if they did, they were called unclean. They couldn't go to the temple to worship God. They couldn't mix with other people. They couldn't do any of those things. Oh my goodness, that sounds terrible. It was, Hadley. So anyway, Jesus said to them, "Go and present yourself to the priest." Oh, didn't he heal them? On the way to the temple, they realised that they had been totally healed. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, and they got to the temple and the priest looked at them and he said, "Well, there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong at all." That's fantastic. They must have been ever so pleased. They were, except for one thing. What's that? Well, as Jesus carried on walking along the road, one of the men came back to see him. Just one? Yeah, one man out of 10 came back to see him to say thank you. Oh, that's really terrible. It is terrible, because what the other 9 were doing, I just don't know. You would think they were all grateful. Yes, you would. But Jesus said something very special to that one man. He said, "Do you know what? Because you've come back to say thank you and give praise to God, you are going to be completely well." Oh, that's great. I bet that was super for them then. I think it was, yes. But you know, it reminds me that we should be grateful for everything. We should. We should say thank you to God, thank you to our family, thank you to our friends, and even thank you to strangers when they do something nice for us. Oh, I'll remember that then. Yeah, to say thank you. Well, actually, you are pretty good at saying thank you, Hadley. That's really good. Oh, great. Thank you. Hey, I just said it. You did. So remember, everybody, to be grateful for everything in our lives. Yeah, that's a good thing. It is. So let's say a little prayer together before we listen to a song. Everybody, close your eyes and get ready to pray. Dear Lord Jesus, help us to remember to be grateful for everything, especially when we compare ourselves to those poor lepers who nobody wanted to talk to. Help us always to remember to say thank you to you and to our friends and family and even other people that we come into contact with. Amen. Amen. Good boy, Hadley. Right, remember, listen carefully to the words of the song. That's right, Hadley. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Let children raise their voices, stand up and shout your praise, come on and sing, just give your best. Oh, making joyful noises, let's offer up a sacrifice of praises to the King. From east to west, let children raise their voices, stand up and shout your praise, come on and sing, just give your best. Oh, making joyful noises, let's offer up a sacrifice of praises to the King. Come on everybody and make a joyful noise to the Lord. It doesn't really matter if you're young or if you're old. Clap your hands, come on and lift your voice to the King. We'll praise Him. Come on everybody, sing. Let children raise their voices, stand up and shout your praise, come on and sing, just give your best. Oh, making joyful noises, let's offer up a sacrifice of praises to the King. From east to west, let children raise their voices, stand up and shout your praise, come on and sing, just give your best. Oh, making joyful noises, let's offer up a sacrifice of praises to the King. Come on everybody and make a joyful noise to the Lord. It doesn't really matter if you're young or if you're old. Clap your hands, come on and lift your voice to the King. We'll praise Him. Come on everybody, sing.